guys, it's LegoBoy910 here, and today I am bringing you my biggest clone base yet, and probably my favorite mock that I have ever made. Now, I would just like to start off this video by saying that this is more of a prototype base and some more prototype terrain for trying out different techniques. So I know some of the techniques used on the base and the terrain are not the best, but I am just prototyping with the different techniques, such as the mud on the terrain and the river, which I know has a really sharp turn. Also experimenting with some mounds and grass placing and some flower techniques and some techniques on the base, such as snot in there, and some techniques that are inside of the buildings. So without further ado, I'll get into an in-depth look of them. So now this mock takes place right after the battle of the second battle of Geonosis, where when Luminara, Unduli, and Barasafi were flying back, they heard a distress signal from this base because there were droid forces moving toward the base. This base is on Cardia, by the way. But anyways, and so Luminara told Barris to go down to the planet with a small force of clones and to take Gree and to try and fend off the droid forces before they could do some harm to this base. Now the droids' forces, they're not that big of a force. They sent a few tanks, so basically there's one tank here and then there would be about a tank here and a tank here or something like that. And basically the droids were marching this way with the tanks in the middle, super battle droids on this side, and then normal battle droids on that side. And they were just marching this way because they spotted the base, got the coordinates for it, but were a bit off when they were heading toward it. So they ended up coming in a diagonal route. And so the tank has turned its cannon and is firing, and all the super battle droids have started opening fire, and the droids are just going straight, trying to take out as many clones as they can. So now over here with the droids, got quite a big mass of battle droids. These droids over here are turning to fight this oncoming force of clone scouts who've just gotten back from patrol and are coming through on this dirt path, or it's not really a path, but just this dirt. And then there's a nice river here, which I really like how it turned out for my first river like this. Now, I know some things that I want to improve on, because once again, this was a prototype base, such as not making it so sharp and so straight. But I really like how these water studs look right there for the clones that are in there, and two of them have jetpacks, so they're taking on those droids. Once we go farther into it, we've got lots of grass, which is pretty tightly packed in my opinion. We've got some little leaf mounds in there, kind of like moss. Got a big one right there. Then over here, we've got Barasafi running out with Gree and a few other clones. There's also two bark speeders coming out of the base. Some of the clones were shot down, but they're trying to disable the tank before it can do some serious damage and blow up the command center over there. So then over here, there's two buildings. You have the command center building, which has an anti-vehicle cannon on it, which is only used for taking out anti-aircrafts. So it's being used as anti-air cannon. So it was not able to take out this tank. This building over here is built into a mountain. That's why there's some rock slopes going up. It's not built in on that side, but it was just built in the front, and then they carved it away. And this is more of the hangar area. So this is where they store their speeder bikes and cargo supplies and stuff like that. Whereas over there, they do more of the communications. There's this nice snot bridge that I made, which I think looks really cool, and you got some clones standing up on there, getting shots on the droids, and one of them was sadly shot and fell off there. On top of the building, you have this nice sand roof. I mostly just used sand because I was running out of colors for other bricks, in other color plates, I mean. So I kind of ran out of green plates, so I had to use sand, but I still think it looks pretty cool. Got some clone troopers firing some mortars, trying to disable this tank. Then we have the interior up here, which is all snot. You got two swamp speeders up here, some gun racks, got a droid, public symbol, that's the entrance to the bridge, some other like fuel and stuff like that. Then we've got this clone overlooking the battle. Oops, he fell. But some crates right there. And then we've got this clone just standing here, thinking about grabbing another weapon right here, which I think is pretty cool. Actually can just slide right off when I get to a certain point. Then it can just go up. There we go. Then it can just slide off, and I will set that over here. Oops, it just fell, but that's okay. Over here, down on this level, we've got a bark speeder with sidecar, 2 other bark speeders which are heading out there. We've got a clone looking at these fuel tanks, 2 weapons rack, a crate right there, and a clone getting ready to run into the battle. So now we'll go over to the communications and like barracks part of it. So I got the roof off. I did take off some of the bricks, but I think that's okay. So first off, on the interior, we have this horn, which would be blaring right now. I'm pretty sure that the clones would have sounded it by now because the droid forces are attacking. Over here, we've got this nice custom-made hologram table, a nice control panel with a flipping lever, so you can flip that. Over here, we got a clone who just got his gun off the gun racks and is running out there. We've got this line of control panels. So we got all the workers on the control panels. Over here, we've got a clone running up from this ladder down there to go join the battle. And right here, we've got this massive window with a admiral looking out of it who is running the base. So now I'll give you guys a cut and remove this roof to show you guys the barracks and conclude the video. So this is the end, guys. So I'll be giving you guys my final thoughts on the base. And if you guys are still watching right now, make sure you guys go leave a like and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed already. So on this base, once again, it was a prototype base. Don't mind that floor just sitting there. I had to put it somewhere. But so, it was a prototype base. Like I was prototyping with the river and the mud and the grasses and some parts in the base, such as the snot. So it is a prototype base, so I know some of the techniques are not the best, but I hope you guys did enjoy them. So this is once again one of my favorite builds that I've made, but I also have a lot of cool other builds, so make sure you guys go check those out on the channel, and you won't miss it when I upload a new one if you hit that subscribe button. So, thank you guys for watching, and this is the LEGO Boy 910 signing off.